Many students admire Malcolm X, mainly because of his mantra, quote, by any means necessary, unquote. Students seem to really resonate with the idea that justice is so important that it must be pursued by any means necessary, even if that includes violence. The only problem is that, as both Gandhi and Martin Luther King pointed out, the means and the methods we use inevitably determine what it is that we will achieve. Violent methods carry with them the potential for unintended collateral damage and the very real risk of setting up a cycle of retaliation. I admire Malcolm X too, but mainly as a wordsmith and a speaker. He could capture the racial and class problems of society better than just about anyone. And it is not surprising that he set audiences on fire. But as you know, Dr. King was a great speaker too. And in addition, Dr. King was able, in his short career, to create the conditions for new civil rights and voting rights laws, principally the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. He had the words, and he also achieved some real change. Just ask present-day judges and legislators whose grandparents could not even register to vote, or women with professional careers, or fans who no longer have to settle for the cheap seats, or travelers who can sit wherever they want on the train or bus, or hungry customers who can now enter through the front door, or powerful men who now have to watch what they say. Those changes in society didn't occur because of Malcolm X. They occurred because of the civil rights movement under the leadership of Dr. King. Now, my friend and co-author, the late Ira Zepp, he was a professor of religious studies and philosophy at Western Maryland College, which is now called McDaniel College in Maryland. And back in the day, he was the college's main Dr. King translator. He conveyed the importance of what Dr. King was doing to that campus community. And often he was asked, but what about Malcolm X? And he would always reply, which Malcolm X? Another of my mentors, Bernard Lafayette, also gave that same reply. Which Malcolm X are you referring to? Ira and Bernard, many other observers, saw a change in Malcolm X after Malcolm went on the Hajj, that is the pilgrimage to Mecca, which Muslims are expected to try to do at least once in their lifetime. That trip to Mecca came at a time when Malcolm was breaking away from Elijah Muhammad, the black nationalist leader of the Nation of Islam. And that trip brought Malcolm into contact with the international world of Islam, whose adherents were of many different nationalities and skin tones. And Malcolm got a glimpse of what brotherhood between races, between different races, might look like. And he started talking about social change in a way that was closer to Martin Luther King than previously. And Ira Zepp started to teach a course at McDaniel titled Martin and Malcolm. The course was titled Martin and Malcolm. And he compiled a list of quotes from the two leaders to use in a classroom quiz exercise. He would read a quote and ask his students whether the words were from Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. And once the answer was guessed or revealed, they would discuss what the quote meant in its original context and what it might mean now. Ira used over 30 quotes in his classes. And of course, I invite people to read Dr. King and also Malcolm X in the original. The autobiography of Malcolm X, which was written mainly by Alex Haley, is also an excellent way to learn about who Malcolm X was and to get a sense of how brilliant he was with words. But here are just a few of the quotes. I'll give you 6 of them. Here's the first one. If you're not ready to die for it, put the word freedom out of your vocabulary. Okay, so who said that? Was it Malcolm X or Martin Luther King? Here's the second one. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Who said that? Here's the third one. A riot is the language of the unheard. Who said that? Here's the fourth one. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Who said that? Here's the fifth one. You can't separate peace from freedom because no one can be at peace unless he has freedom. Who said that? And here's the last one. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Who said that? So I'm going to let you think about those. There is a key. 3 of the quotes come from Malcolm X and 3 come from Dr. King. And the key is in the note that accompanies this video. I'll let you just take a look at it. It will give you the author of each quote in order. If you like this video, please click the little thumbs up, and I hope you will subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.